You know, one of the films that I have been dying to see is the Banshees of Inisherin. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Inisherin right. I think I am, but it might not be. You're talking about the In Bruges team getting back together here.
The whole team.
The whole team. Started from the bottom, now we're here, to quote the bard Drake. Good Canadian kid, by the way. So you got Colin Farrell, you got Brendan Gleeson, you got McDonough, the director. By the way, if you have not seen his film, Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, you got to watch it. It's insane.
It's great.
They produced something stellar in Bruges. And now they've got the Banshees of Inisherin coming back. Well, here's something interesting. When the first reviews for a movie start coming out, sometimes we get excited when we say, so far, a movie's holding 100% after like a dozen reviews or 18. I mean, it never holds. But, you know, after 18, 19, 20 reviews, it's holding 100%. Inevitably, once it gets to 30 or 40 or 50, there are a few negative ones come in, right? This is interesting. On Rotten Tomatoes right now, the Banshees of Inisherin has 80 reviews and counting, and it's holding 100%. I cannot remember, and I mean that literally, I can't remember the last time a wide release film had over 50 reviews and still held 100%. It's happened. I just can't remember the last time it happened. It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
And the reviews aren't just, like with Rotten Tomatoes, you can just have somebody go, oh, that's good. And that's enough for one of the clicks to the positive, right? But when you go through and start looking at the reviews, they're like, this is the best performance of Colin Farrell's career. This is the best performance of Brendan Gleeson's career. This movie is a masterpiece. This movie is one of the best films you're going to see this year, on and on and on. And the basic idea is simple. It's these guys who live on this little island south of Ireland, and they've been friends, I guess, for 30 years, and the one guy just decides they don't want to be friends anymore. And that's the premise of the movie. And it's like, sign me up. I mean, just watching these two banter back and forth, that's good enough for me. Anyway, Rob, you're seeing the reviews coming out for Banshee here. What do you think?
Well, first of all, any movie that has Ireland involved or even an island south of Ireland and pints of ale, I'll see it.
That's a win.
That to me, that's it. That's all
Just
I
add
need
ninjas.
in my life. But the idea, you know, John, I'm always talking about authorship and some kind of an intellectual draw. I love the idea that somebody just decides one day, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And why, I'm sure part of the movie is about why is this so? I like that idea. That to me is such a brilliant, simple premise that, I mean, you could explore all kinds of modern life through that very premise. And what happens like when you're on the receiving end of that? What do you mean you don't want to be friends with me anymore? Like in our culture today, I think this is not something, because how many times do we pretend to be friends with people that we just don't really like anymore for whatever reason?
Well, I have you in here every day.
Well, that's what are you going to do? Come on, the viewers would revolt, wouldn't they? But no, I mean, I think the premise is good, and I really want to see it for that reason. And of course, this team, dude, I love In Bruges.
Oh yeah,
And Three Billboards, I love that as well. And I think, you know what's great is the characters in those films, irresistible. You know, you go see those films and you immediately immerse yourself in the lives of these characters, and you can't take your eyes off the screen.
and this thing's got a bit of a twist. And it's like something as simple as a couple guys live in a small community. One just decides not to be friends with the other. That's the base of the movie.
Yeah.
But there's a twist that's in the trailer where Brendan Gleeson's trying to tell Colin Farrell, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore. And he won't leave him alone. He just keeps trying to get it to work. So Brendan Gleeson, this is the big twist. He puts an ultimatum. He says, okay, here's what we're going to do. Brendan Gleeson says to Colin Farrell, I got a big pair of shears at my place. Every time you bother me, I'm going to cut off one of my own fingers. And then it's like, well, now what does Colin Farrell do? So that's the big twist. If you actually care about the guy, you can't keep bothering him, but he's your lifelong friend. I don't know. Now I'm dying to see this. I can't wait to see this.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
I think it sounds great. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about the sounds? It's holding 100%. The Banshees of Inisherin, 100%. I believe it opens this weekend right now on Rotten Tomatoes with like 80 reviews. I'm sure it's not going to hold 100%. Like once we get over 150, but I don't know. Like so far, it's pretty good. What do you guys think about it? Are you looking forward to this film? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MasterClass. You guys know we have been sponsored by MasterClass, and we love them here at the John Campea Show for giving us in-depth information on a wide variety of topics from the world's best experts. With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn the art of filmmaking from James Cameron, improve your cooking skills from Gordon Ramsay, or learn how to make compelling YouTube videos from Marquise Brownlee. With over 150 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. I was recently watching through the independent filmmaking course by Spike Lee, and I found it fascinating that not only did he cover the broader topics like working with actors, but he also gets into finer details like working with a cinematographer and how to properly audition a DP for your project. It was fascinating. So guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.